everyone. Welcome to day 26 of our meditation challenge. So, today, I hope all of you had a wonderful holiday. I know some of you celebrate Christmas and you guys are, spending time with family and friends. And I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Just a moment. Let me connect this really quickly. All right. Well, how's everybody doing? I hope you guys had an incredible Christmas time, and I know some of you celebrate Christmas, so I hope you had a wonderful time with your family and your friends and reconnecting with them, and everyone was high-spirited and balanced during this time, as a lot of people have been messaging me of stressful situations with the family, with friends, and completely understand what you're going through. So I hope all of you were able to get through this time, which is an imposed feeling of having to have that connection. And I can talk to you for hours about Christmas and the holidays and all those things, but to keep it short, I hope all of you enjoyed your time, and in whatever way that was, alone or with family, whichever way you were celebrating your free time and your holiday off. So today I want to do a very special meditation with you that has really helped me in my confusion when I was trying to find a guidance, a connection, someone to assist me in understanding how to find more information, answer my questions when sometimes I didn't know where to look for the answers. And of course, our answers are always going to be within. And this is something that I advocate very strongly, that the main fountain source of our information should be from within. It should be from our experience, from our ability to understand, to process ideas and concepts and see how they fit in our scheme of understanding, and then beyond, to transcend those limitations within us to understand certain things. And through that process will be filtered a lot of things that no longer serve your way of thinking or your ideals, or they're going to push you forward into discovery, going even deeper into understanding whether these truths or these concepts or ideas are in alignment with your true core values. Which is why I always say that having our ability to connect with our true core values is the number one thing that we should focus on as we are working and coming into these truths. Now, I want to share this very important practice with you because it really helped me. It helped me understand what guides are. Now, as a general rule, just really brief overview on what guides are. And I'm going to tell you that there are many different belief systems out there that talk about guides and what they may be. But what I have seen in my journey is that guides are the true guides, the guides that are guiding us into information, providing us with, um, guidance or answers down our highest path. Our highest path is always going to be a fractal of your higher self, a manifestation which mirrors your frequency, your highest frequency. We do not want to connect with any kind of entities or attachments or beings that are connecting a lower frequency of confusion, of fear. And what tends to happen a lot when we have apparitions, like for example, angels or beings or light beings even, there comes a sense of confusion where we're not sure, were they the good angels or the bad angels? Are these high frequency beings? And the problem is that sometimes they provide us with messages or guidance or ideas. And when they feel off, then we get confused because, of course, there's always a time of integration for the information being received. A lot of us are channels, we're opening information coming in. But sometimes we receive things that really feel off. And so what happens with that information and where is it coming from? So a lot of the times when we're going through this mode of transformation, when we are ascending per se, or moving through dimensional realities of information, and what that means is that when we are shedding old information, we are opening space for new, and our frequency is also heightened during that process. So we come into alignment with new ways of thinking, new perspectives. And what that happens from the frequency is that some of us, of course, this process sometimes is painful because through that shedding, there tends to be a moment of crisis, whether it's a feeling of isolation with the inability to reincorporate yourself into your nucleus, your family, your friends, with your new perception, or within yourself, you have an identity crisis where it's difficult to implement your new concepts with your old self. And so these kinds of crises cause a separation, a division within the self, within the spirit, within the soul. And this is, in a sense, another definition of how trauma can sometimes occur. Now, what we do with this trauma is the most important thing, because from here it will define whether you will go up higher or you will go back down into a depression or an isolation even further. Now, when we are working with these ascension energies, with these concepts of the dark night of the soul, these are incredibly important opportunities for us to define and to go deeper and deeper. And it takes a person's courage to come into these unknown, uncharted paths with courage, because shedding old ways of being and coming into the new is often something, it's unknown, so we tend to be afraid of the unknown. So a lot of times we need guidance. We feel that we need guidance because we would like someone to help us through sometimes confusing information. And especially in this time where there is a lot of information coming in and out that is very confusing, um, without a strong connection to your higher self, things can get very messy very quickly. And so people become overwhelmed and often discouraged with their journey. And this is where it's very sad. And so in order to avoid that, I want to show you a way to connect with your true guides. Because another thing that occurs when we come into these moments of confusion and stress is that we want to look outside of ourselves for something to hold on to, some truth, some guru, some um, psychic to help provide us information, because there's so much confusion in our mind. And my advice to you is the best thing to do is to sit down and meditate and go even deeper within, and you will see that all of that confusion will fall into place. Now, today we're going to do a practice that we are connecting with our guides. Oftentimes, when we come into these moments of confusion, we are coming into a frequency of fear, of stress, of anxiety, because we are falling out of an old paradigm and a new paradigm is being created around our new beliefs and our frequency. And so when that occurs, a lot of new things and concepts of everything, of your society, of your role, of your career, of your life, of everything that you have been up until that moment, sometimes comes into question. So your frequency is going to be in a sense of confusion, and this attracts a lot of entities and beings that are looking to feed off of this confusion, and also taking that opportunity to utilize this opening to channel their own message or their own agenda per se. So instead, and so we hear this a lot. We hear people getting messages, and then later on they're very confusing messages, and then even it goes out into the masses, and the masses start to receive this information, and it becomes very confusing as well. And we all end up unsure of what is true, what is not true. And so for you, the most important thing is to train your intuition in a way where your own guidance is the most powerful, the truest. And that guidance comes from a place of complete neutrality, and it comes from an unemotional investment. So without getting entangled emotionally in decisions or identifications. Because when we get emotionally involved in these kinds of messages or channeling, then our perception is imbalanced. There is an imbalance there. because the emotional body lives within the first three aspects of the self, which is connected to the physical matrix. And so anything can happen there. Anything can be manipulated, changed, shifted, moved with a slight emotion, with a slight ideal, it can be shifted. And so because we're not constantly training our mind to come into a state of intuition and practice and connection with the self, a lot of us end up influenced in a way that isn't always the correct way or takes us off balance. So today we're going to meet our guides, and let's get started. So we're going to inhale deeply and exhale. So I want you all to find a really nice and comfortable place to sit. And we're going to begin by coming into reading state. So I want you all to ground yourself down to the center of the earth. Coming into the present moment is imperative to connecting with any guide or any kind of information external from our physical self. Coming into the present from the past, from the future. So visualize that core of the planet, and you're going to create a cord that connects to your body and connects you all the way down to the center of the earth. We're going to inhale deeply and exhale. Feeling that your body is fully connected, making sure that that cord is all the way down to the center of the earth, making sure that it's nice and thick, not just a thin cord. You are solidly grounded in this present moment. Very good. We're going to create our shield around our body. So I want you to visualize a protective shield surrounding your body, enclosing you completely, above you, below you, to all sides. Visualize this sphere of protection. And your protection can be made out of whatever feels real to you. Visualize that now. Very good, my loves. So anyone that's joining, please ground and protect your space as we prepare to go in deeper. You're going to visualize from the center of the earth a powerful green energy coming up into the body, creating a vortex at your center core. Bring that earth healing energy, and you're going to absorb that healing earth energy through your feet, going up your legs, going up into the core of your body, creating that vortex. So pull in that green energy. This is going to clean out any kind of interferences, any attachments, any kind of illusions or deception that we are connecting to on any of the 7 layers. But we're going to begin by bringing in that green earth energy. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. From the universe, from the cosmos, from source, I want you to visualize bringing down a powerful golden wave of that source energy coming down through the crown of your head, down your spine, combining with that healing earth energy at your center core. And as it combines in the center core, it creates a powerful vortex. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. So you're going to send that green and gold combination down your grounding cord, which is connected to the center of the earth. So go ahead and send 10% of that down to that grounding cord. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. And this is going to be the first release, the first cleansing of the body, of the mind. Any thoughts, any kind of stagnant energy within the body, you're going to visualize releasing down that grounding cord. This is your opportunity to let go of any stress, anything that you have held on to over the past 24, 48 hours. We're going to go back to the solar plexus. You're going to pull up that green and gold energy up your spine and from the crown of your head like a fountain. Visualize spilling it out on the outside of your sphere. Visualize cleansing the illusion with that green and with source and earth healing energy. We are neutralizing any connections and cords that are attached to the body that we may not be aware of. So visualize it filling your room, filling the space that you're in. We're going to go back to the center core. We're going to pull up that green and gold energy up our spine, down our arms, and from the palms of your hands, I want you to feel the inside of your sphere. Visualize that green and gold energy surrounding your body, taking this moment to absorb a healing, a rejuvenating, a restoring energy around your body that penetrates into the pores, into the muscles, the flesh, down to the bones, down to the cellular level, transforming any stagnation into a flow of energy in the body. Inhaling deeply and exhaling, allowing all of that to move through the system as you are running energy through the 3 dimensions of the body. I want you to pull up that green and gold energy up your spine, going up into the pineal gland. And again, we are turning on that space, turning on that light as if we are lighting a light in the center of the brain, visualizing that source energy and earth energy cleansing any kind of programming alterations which are here within the spinal cord, which is the seed, the central cord of our life. Very good. So we're going to go deeper. We're going to go into reading state now. Now that you are running energy, I want you to focus on the root chakra at the base of your spine. Like an aperture of a camera, you're going to close it down. Closing that first chakra down, you're going to come into reading state as you are disconnecting from the physical plane around you. Inhale deeply and exhale. We're going to go up to the second chakra, the sacral chakra, the orange light. You're going to close it down as you are disconnecting the sacral chakra from the physical plane around you. You're going to go up to the solar plexus now, the yellow light. You're going to close that chakra all the way down, disconnecting from the emotional plane so that you can have a very clear, untainted reading of who you are connecting with. Calming the body, calming the mind. You're going to go up to your heart center. You're going to visualize opening that chakra front and back as wide as possible, turning on that green light in the center of your chest. We're going to go up to the throat chakra in the center of your throat. You're going to open that chakra as wide as possible, opening the center of communication. Going up into your third eye now, opening that center of intuition. You're going to go up to your crown. You're going to fill that in with your creative color. If you don't know what your creative color, you can go back to my earlier videos this month to learn how to identify your creative color. What you are filling in is you are aligning yourself with the color that represents your highest expression possible. So if you don't have one, go ahead and see one now. The first color that comes to mind, and you're going to fill that into the crown. This is a very important element of the practice we're about to do, because this is our tool for discernment. With this projection, we are able to identify what is in alignment with our highest good and what is not. Very good, my love. So you're going to inhale deeply and exhale, and now you are in reading state. You have cleansed your energetic space. And so now I want you to visualize a room. And this room is going to have a lot of chairs, seats. You can visualize seats, chairs, or whatever kind of seating you would like in that room. They're empty right now. But this is going to be your guidance room. Go ahead and visualize that room. And so what we're going to do is, in this room is where we meet the fractals of ourselves, our higher guidance team that is here, that has aligned with us in this lifetime to guide us, to help us when we need it the most. So we're going to ask for our first guide that is a representative of our health. So I want you to see in this room now shadows beginning to appear. And we're going to ask for our guide that is focused on our healing, to help us heal the body and the mind, to present himself or themselves, whoever they are. So you're going to visualize them standing up from their chair, from this room, coming before you. And as you see them appear before you, I want you to observe them. What do they look like? How do you feel when you see them? Are you in a state of calm and neutrality, or do you feel anxious? Do you feel excited? What do you feel? And if you start to feel an emotion, I want you to eliminate that emotion out and to come into a state of neutrality. Closing the first three chakras. If you start feeling emotions, it means that your chakras are not closed all the way, especially your core. So you're going to close the first, second, and third. If you're fearful of this being, your first chakra is not closed, close that. We already received the information we need. So as you see this being in front of you, I want you to shine your crown light with your creative color on top of this being. And you're going to see if a contract appears. If there is no contract that appears, this being has absolutely no business being with you or connecting with you. They are not in alignment with your highest expression. So if that is the case, you're going to eliminate this being outshining your light. Visualize him eliminating from your space completely. If you see a big contract, it means that this being has some work with you. And if you feel your intuition, I want you to trust what your intuition tells you in this moment. This contract is aligning you with this being, so you can ask this being what their name is. So go ahead and ask them what their name is. And you can ask them if they have a message for you, for your healing. What do you need to thrive? Allow them to provide you as a fractal of your own higher self with information that you need for yourself. Very good. If the contract that you saw with this being is a medium or small size, it means that they have a limited time with you. Very good. So now that you have seen that, I want you to allow them to go back to their seat. And now you have met your healing guide, your guide that assists you with your health. So now let's meet another guide. Let's meet our guide of abundance, money. So go ahead and ask for this guide to come before you. Take a look at them, see how they look. And once again, you're going to shine your crown light on top of them and see if you see a contractual agreement with them. If you do not see a contractual agreement, you're going to eliminate this being from your space, breaking any kind of cords that you have with them, and you're going to ask for another being to come in front of you. Yes, if this being is in alignment with your higher self, you can ask them what you need. If you would like to allow more abundance in your life, body, mind, and soul, or monetary energy in life, fluidity, letting go of fear, ask him to assist you in understanding what it is that you need to allow this fluidity in life, to allow an understanding of abundance. So he will provide you with the knowledge you require. And this is channeling from your higher self. This is a fractal of yourself. This is not an entity or an attachment or anything that is in alignment with your lower self, because you are completely in alignment with your higher self. So go ahead and visualize this being, and you can see him, and now you can allow him, and you can spend as much time in this room meeting and working with your guides. You can manifest a guide for anything that you require. But all of these guides, based on your discernment, are in alignment with your highest expression. And anytime that we require support and assistance, this is your team. These are the beings that are here to assist you. So now that we have met our guides, you can spend as much time as you need here meeting all of your guides or one guide, however you wish to communicate with your higher self. It is done through here. These are fractals of yourself, and those are the true guides that are connected to this organism of the human body. Anything outside of this energetic alignment where you are in reading state disconnected from the physical plane can be very confusing. So now that you're here, I'm going to let you eliminate all of these thoughts and ideas out of your space. We're going to come into a state of neutrality. Visualize a vacuum connecting to the bottom of your sphere. You're going to send all of this down to the center of the earth, clearing your space. 7 bodies in, 7 bodies out, all charges down to 0, negative infinite. You're going to reopen the root chakra back into a balanced state. Reopen the second chakra, the orange light, back into a balanced state. Reopening the emotional body back into a balanced state now. You are back, coming back into the physical realm. We reconnect ourselves. Coming back, you're going to close down the heart chakra back into a balanced state. Closing down the throat chakra back into a balanced state. Closing down your third eye back into a balanced state. Your chakras are in perfect alignment. And you're going to send your 8th chakra up to the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th, turning them on so that you come into a state of balance today and alignment. I want you to inhale deeply and exhale. And as you open your eyes and come back into the room, I want you to continue to visualize your sphere around you. As you are owning your space, you are grounded in the present moment, and you are aligned, consciously co-creating with your environment. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And this is a very, very useful practice anytime that we have trouble connecting or we need support. This is how you connect with your guides, with your higher self. And to avoid confusion from connecting to other beings, within this room can be any kind of manifestation of beings. They can be your former self and old manifestations of yourself in other lifetimes, whether you were other beings, extraterrestrials, off-planet beings, higher dimensional beings. All of them are going to manifest filtering through your filter of perception. And that's always going to be the case. As we clean up that filter of perception, what you're going to find is that you yourself and your connection to source, to your higher self, is going to be the only guidance you need, you require, always and forever. Because you are pure consciousness, okay? And so learning how to utilize that pure consciousness and applying that throughout our day is going to be the most liberating thing that you are going to come into. So I hope that this has helped. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm very happy to connect with you, and I hope you have an incredible day. All my love. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for sticking with me. Oh, and I want to say that January 1st on my radio show, The Spiritual You, I'm going to be announcing all of the winners for the really awesome gifts that I got for you. And I'll be taking pictures of those gifts and putting them on my Instagram for you guys. But I can't wait to give them out to you. You guys deserve so much for sticking in here during these 31 days. All my love. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you so much, my loves. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Teresa, Pono, Moha, Sil, Teresa, Annette. You guys are so awesome. Love for children. Bella, you guys are great. I love you too. All my love to you, Teresa. You take care. I know, I can't believe it's 26 as well, but we're still there. You guys have an amazing day. I'll see you soon.